Hello, everybody. It is Moko here with a very interesting reading. I'm I'm actually just going to jump into it because I want to read on it so badly. It's a little bit different. This is about the Paris St Germain. Well, I say soccer, not football. Paris St Germain soccer team, the female team, about a controversy that happened now I guess a year and almost 2 years ago, and it was updated fall of last year. So this is basically a teammate who was injured, beaten up by a couple of guys, and they're trying to figure out who exactly called the hit. So first, let me just introduce the story, and then I'll start reading. Okay, so I don't know these people. I don't know anything about soccer. I don't know anything about this team. So I'm going into this blind based on what I saw in the news. So I'll just read from a Twitter Upshot Towers at Upshot Towers. So I'll read through some of it to give you guys a background. Paris St Germain is a toxic snake pit at the best of times, but the scandal tearing their women's team apart is truly insane. From assaults by masked men to flings with French legends, the Hamraoui and I may, mispronounce things. Hamraoui Affair has it all. Welcome to French football's latest sordid saga. Our story begins in the summer of 2021 when PSG signs French midfielder Kheira Hamraoui from Barcelona. I'll just call her Kheira from now on. And I'll also put pictures up for when I'm talking about which woman or which person. She's reunited with her friend and former teammate Aminata Diallo, who she holidayed with in Dubai the year before, but the good vibes don't last long. When Kheira walks straight into the starting lineup, taking Diallo's central midfield slot, rumors circulate of infighting in the squad. Diallo texts a friend to say she wishes her teammates all pain, and police later find evidence of her deep jealousy of Kheira. In a bid to rekindle team harmony, PSG arranged a meal at Le Chalet des Îles, an elegant lakeside eatery in Paris's Bois de Boulogne. Over dinner, it emerges several players have received anonymous calls from a man warning them that Kheira is toxic and to keep their distance. After the meal, Diallo offers Kheira and defender Sakina a lift home. They have just dropped Sakina off when two masked men appear, dragging Kheira from the car and set on her with iron bars. So they beat her with iron bars, and she says they were targeting her legs. Mysteriously, these men also scream, "You touch married men," as they beat her. Kheira is adamant that somebody from the club is involved, naming the husband of another PSG teammate as a potential suspect. While recovering from deep gashes to her legs, Kheira is forced to miss training in a crunch Champions League tie against Real Madrid. In her absence, Aminata Diallo slots into midfield and turns in a star performance as PSG wins 4-0. But at 6 a.m. the next morning, Diallo is woken by loud banging at the door of her apartment. It's the police. The heavy-handed police arrest her on suspicion of orchestrating the attack and drag her away in cuffs. It turns out police had already bugged Diallo's phone because of her links to a man suspected of extortion. In the days before the attack, they'd caught her Googling dangerous drug cocktail and how to break a kneecap. Diallo spends the night behind bars but denies all charges and released from custody. Then investigators drop another bombshell. The SIM card and Kheira's phone is mysteriously registered to legendary French left back Hayet Abidal, now sporting director at Barcelona. Days later, Abidal admits to having an affair with Kheira, who he met while she was playing for Barcelona. He pleads to his wife for forgiveness on Instagram, but it falls on deaf ears as she files for divorce. And his wife is named Hayet, and I'll put her picture up here so you guys can see what she looks like. Meanwhile, still shaken by her night behind bars, Diallo returns to PSG training, but things have turned ugly. Fuming at Kheira's seemingly false accusations against Diallo and a teammate's husband, several players ask for their lockers to be moved away from hers. When Kheira is called up for France and Aminata Diallo isn't, two teammates celebrate a goal by making A for Aminata. and it seems all of Paris is against her when PSG Ultras unfurl a banner backing Diallo. The club calls a crisis meeting, but bigger problems are looming. I'm not sure how true that is. I don't know. I'm just reading. PSG women's manager is fired after accusations of inappropriate behavior and ass grabbing and blah blah. Okay, so I don't need to read the rest. What else I have to say is that from the rest that I read, Diallo was released and she was not charged, I think sometime last year or maybe late 2021. However, she was arrested again in the fall of last year, 2022, and now she's being charged for, I don't know, attempting bodily harm or something like that. So basically, people want to know, did Diallo really do this? Is Kheira passed around, I guess? And also, is there anyone else involved? And guys, I have to say that when I read this, I felt that there's something really freaking fishy going on here. And I really want to dig into it. And I put a poll on Instagram and I asked people, hey guys, what do you want me to read on, Trump versus DeSantis or this soccer stuff? You guys chose soccer. So let's get into it. Okay, first I want to look at Aminata Diallo. And again, I'll put a photo up here so that you guys can know who I'm talking about. I want to look at her energy, see what's going on with her, because as I understand, she wasn't able to play with PSG for a while, and then she signed to a different team, maybe in Spain or Portugal or something like that, and now she's been rearrested. So let's see what's going on with her. Actually, what kind of person is she, and what's going on with her? Okay, Miss Aminata Diallo. Okay. Let me move this. Oh, actually, wait. Let me ask one more question. Oh gosh, come on. Okay. And then this is here. So. As a person, she's so. I mean, I'm not really seeing, when it comes to her public persona, her outward appearance, personality, whatever. It's so. She comes across as kind of a bright person, someone who is usually pretty optimistic. Although sometimes it does seem like she can make very snap decisions. Without thinking things through, and it also feels like, not that she coasted through life, because she for sure is somebody who seems to have worked hard to get to where she is, but it seems like sometimes she can rest on her laurels, basically, and sometimes she can allow the good feelings that people have for her and around her to kind of get to her head, not in a like an egotistic way, but more like she feels like she has more grace than she actually does. But I feel like her mind is actually pretty sharp, and for what she's saying, I feel like there is an element of truth for what she's saying, or I think what it is she comes across as a very blunt person. Like, she doesn't really mince words with people, so she feels optimistic. She feels like a happy person, but like, if her opinion is her opinion, and she's just going to state it, and that's it, right? And it also looks like she juggles a lot. I asked what her mentality is like, guys. She's very competitive. And I mean, that should be expected for an athlete, of course, but this is like competitive that can be kind of toxic. And and she comes across as somebody who is rarely happy with what she has. I don't know if there are like, you know, pay discrepancies between women and men in Europe. I'm sure that there is, but it feels like she's just, you know, perpetually dissatisfied, and that yes, she does have the ability to be grimy to get her way. And when I was asking about her mentality, I did ask if she's schizophrenic, because I read that the police had evidence that she was schizophrenic because she was talking to some Bilal person or whatever. And no, I don't think that I don't think that she's schizophrenic. Not that I can diagnose anybody, but I do feel like she can be paranoid. She can be paranoid, but this is paranoia that was born out of experience. So some things have happened to her in the past where it makes sense for her to be paranoid. And I asked her how is she right now. Again, she still has a sunny disposition. She's still quite optimistic, and I think I don't know, she may have something up her sleeve. Once this case goes to trial, I feel like she has something up her sleeve. First of all, she's very smart. Okay, she's very smart. She keeps a lot of secrets. She may have some favors that she can ask on for help, but she's super smart. And it also looks like, even though she has a sunny disposition, she feels kind of lonely, and isolated. Lonely and isolated. But no, she's smart, and I don't know, you know, all the stuff that's going on, she still has a smile on her face. So let's read for the other lady, Kheira. Oh shit. Damn. Wow. Wow. Is she still playing for PSG? Yikes. I think there's going to be something. There's going to be like a devastating letter or communication or information coming out about her relatively soon. Oh no, sweetie. No, sweetie. So as a person, you know, okay, as a person, she seems okay as well. I don't know what her zodiac sign is, but she has a lot of water quality to her. And it feels like I feel like she has a nice enough personality in terms of her public persona. It's so funny. She has blonde hair. There she is right there. She has a relatively nice personality in terms of her public persona as well, similar to Diallo. It's just not as, like, you know, a sunny disposition. Like even if someone has a smile on their face, that doesn't mean that they're actually happy. It's okay. It's nice. I feel like she's quite creative. I don't know if she shows any of that talent to the public, but she's highly emotional. And I feel like she's more or less grounded, but I do think that in general, she suffers from anxiety, like big time. She suffers from anxiety. And I feel like she has like very severe mood swings, that can sometimes affect her mentality. Like it's, well, I don't know if she's a Scorpio or what, but it's like severe ups and downs. And I don't know anything about her psychological whatever, but that's just what I'm getting. And right now, even though she is the victim of this attack, she's very worried about certain information coming out. And I read, and I'm going. I mean, I don't want to be in you know, someone's sex life or whatever, but I read from the wife of the man she was having an affair with. The wife was saying that this isn't the first time for her, and I feel like she's extremely worried about certain information coming out. It's not necessarily the affairs. I think what it is she may have been getting paid. She may have been getting paid. Let's see, Kheira. She was. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Don't sue me. Um, I think she was. Or like, I mean, she could have been a working girl, but this feels more like. Sometimes it can be escorting tease, but it could also just be like, it's a relationship with a wealthy guy, and he's just tricking off on you. That's not a crime. But it feels like she does not want that to come out. She doesn't want it to come out at all under any circumstances. And I think people really need to be careful about what they say about anybody online, but especially Kheira. Like, don't go to her social media and start attacking her or anything, because her mentality is very fragile right now, guys. And I'm probably not going to do as deep of a reading as I plan to, because I don't want to contribute to that. But she's very afraid of certain information about her personal life and financial dealings coming out, and I will leave it at that. And in terms of how she's doing now, I feel like she's spending a lot of time with her family, but I like this. As unfortunate as it is, the element of karma is here, where it seems like everything is just shaking out of the trees, and she just doesn't know what to do. Yeah, if it feels like even though she was the victim of the physical attack, it just feels like what's being conveyed to me is that a lot of what's happening now is basically karma. Honestly, it's essentially karma, and it's like, she's basically facing the music. She tried to get away from it, or tried to like hide certain things, but it's going to come out. This is what she's afraid of, but it's going to come out. And once a lot of this information comes out, I think she's going to like try to like weasel away from the spotlight and just seek shelter with her family, really. Which that's the best thing for her to do, because I feel like even though she's the victim of the attack, her mentality is not as strong as other people. It feels, I mean, these cards are worse than the woman who was arrested, guys. Like, this energy is worse, man. Man, this is supposed to be tea, gossip, whatever, but this energy around her is it's really concerning. It's seriously concerning. Okay, so I'm gonna read on those two as friends next. You have got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. This is gold. These ladies are so easy to read for. They're so easy to read for. So I'm looking at a photo of these two. Kheira's on this side, Diallo is on this side, and I'm basically asking, like, how do they feel about each other? And right now, Diallo, so this is the woman who was arrested, she feels like she's been backstabbed by her friend. Her feelings are so clear. They're look at this. They're very clear. She feels like she was backstabbed by her friend in more ways than one. And when I asked Diallo how did she feel about her friend when she joined the team, again, backstabbed. She didn't like it. I mean, actually, you know what? Let me double check. Wow. Interesting. So before Kheira, the victim of the attack, joined the team, Diallo cared for her, almost like a family member. She felt great. But the thing is when I asked Kheira how she felt about Diallo, the one who was arrested before she joined the team, not so positive. Not so positive. And I feel like she knew that it would be a problem if they were on the same team. She knew it. And when I asked her how did Kheira, the blonde woman, I'll keep their pictures here so that you guys can get them, how did Kheira feel about Diallo after she joined the team? She wasn't thinking about her friend. She was just thinking about the money. That's it. Like it kind of ceased to be a friendship. It was just a thing about money. It wasn't, for her, she's just like, it's not that serious. And even here, when I ask how she feels about her now, she's not really thinking of Diallo, really. I mean, if she really thinks that Diallo was the one who set up this attack, that makes sense. So I'm not going to shade her for that. But curiously enough, I asked Diallo. Let me get a sip of water. Sorry. I asked Diallo, how does she feel about Kheira accusing her of setting up the attack? First of all, she's blocking off the energy of that question, first of all. But second of all, it's like she's just like, there's more information. I feel like Diallo has something up her sleeve, seriously, when it comes to this. Because her energy feels too confident about this for somebody who's accused of setting up an attack, really. But she's just like, she's just like, there's information she doesn't know yet. Now, even more curiously, I asked Kheira's energy, does she really think Diallo, her friend, set this up? This is a wife. This is a wife. She's like, no, a wife. She feels that a wife did it. I think she knows that a wife did it. Okay. She's like, this is a married woman, or it could be a woman who has a child by somebody, but she's just like, nope, a wife did it. This is not Kheira's energy, or this is not Diallo's energy. Sorry, she's like, a wife did it. Very interesting. So let's see. Because I'm asking about these two first. Let me ask, how does the team feel about both ladies? So. Listen, guys, I said that I didn't want what's her name, a Virgo, Diallo or something. Well, anyway, sorry. I told you guys that I didn't really want to get into Kheira's well, I wanted to get into, the rumors about her with other men or whatever. But after seeing what her mentality is like, I think I should dial down on that. But here, when I ask about the teammate, it's like they don't really like Kheira. So Kheira is the woman who had her legs beaten, but the team they don't really like her. And even though I get this energy for Diallo when it comes to her mentality, that she's very competitive and she would do anything to get ahead. This is Diallo's mentality, but it looks like the team feels like Kheira is actually the one who's like this. They're just like, yeah, no, she's super competitive. I kind of feel like they think she's grimy, and even here it's showing relationships. So she does have some people on the team who like her, but more than that, there are people who are very aware of her. They don't really trust her, and this is Kheira, the one who had her legs, beaten by two masked dudes in the middle of the night. They don't really care for her. And as for Diallo, it's a little bit better. There are a little bit more positive feelings for Diallo, but at the same time, I think the team at this point, they're kind of like over it. They're over both of them, really. But that is wild. Okay, so let me. All right, so I'm gonna get to the wife, because Or actually, no. I'm going to ask this question very. No, I'm going to get to the wife. I'm going to get to the wife. Okay, guys. This lady is super beautiful. Hayet, something like that. Super gorgeous. And I read a couple of things that she said to the press, and I'm telling you, this whole Diallo thing is freaking suspicious. So let's see. Hayet Abidal. Well, actually, I'm not even sure if they're divorced yet. I can feel her strongly. This is nuts, guys. This is absolutely nuts. So this is Kheira. So listen, I don't know if she's a water sign or anything, but she keeps showing up as Queen of Cups, and this is Hayat. This is Hayat's husband's energy, Hayet Abidal. This is his energy. And again, I don't know his sun sign, if he's a fire sign. But usually when this card, I'll tell you guys a secret, but usually when this card shows up for a man in a relationship or a married man, it means that he's stepping out, okay? And I confirmed, I was like, okay, so is this her husband? Yes, it is. This is not the only woman he's been with. This is not the only woman he's been with. He has a roster of women, actually, a roster of women. So that's him. So I asked her how is she feeling, and she doesn't, like, she can't really convey her feelings right now because these two are on their top of her mind right now, and she just like, they can be together. I don't care. It feels like she's still thinking about them, but she's trying her best to move on. She's just like, they can have each other. Do it. I don't care anymore. Just have each other. But here, I think she's somebody who loves, she likes being married. And it's not necessarily because he's famous or because of the money. I mean, I'm sure that helps, but she actually liked being a wife. This is her thing. She comes across as a very traditional woman, actually. And if for her energy, it feels like even though she filed for a divorce, she still considers herself a married woman. She's very traditional, and she takes family seriously. She takes tradition and family very seriously. And I asked her how she's doing now, and she's telling me that she tried so hard to love this guy, Eric. She tried so hard to love him, and she tried to like show him love verbally, especially, but the love just wasn't there anymore. I mean, on his side, I guess. Let me ask some more questions. She still considers herself a married woman, and she is trying to move on, but this is like a severe disappointment for her. Severe disappointment for her. And I think he's been trying to reach out to her, but she's just not. I wouldn't be surprised if she wants to, like, well, actually, I don't even know if they're divorced yet, but after she filed divorce, I wouldn't be surprised if she waited for him to tell her something, or to tell her the right words, or to say something loving to her. And it feels like he just, I don't know, he comes across as petulant, guys. She doesn't trust him. She doesn't trust him. It feels like she held on as much as she could. She held on as much as she could. And he's thinking that, I can totally win her back, but I don't know, dude. I feel like this is one too many. Too many indignities for her. She's just like, I don't know. It doesn't feel the same. Okay, so let's ask, did she orchestrate this shit? Wow. Um, I'm not getting, so it's very funny. Actually, let me ask one more question. So it looks like it's not clear if the wife Hayet, if she was the one who set this up, but she doesn't feel bad about it. She doesn't feel bad about it. There's just a lot of secrecy around this. And I asked her, was she involved in it? There's a different woman. There's a different woman who was. There's a different woman who was. And I asked Diallo if she was involved in this, if she was the one who set this up. It doesn't look like she set it up, but I feel like she may have taken money to do something that's involved in it. I don't feel like she set it up herself. I don't feel like she set it up, but she was involved. I think she was involved. And I asked if there is another woman here. I'm getting a man, actually. I'm getting a man, and this seems like somebody that Kheira is no longer talking to. Kheira is no longer talking to. Or this could be the girlfriend or something of another man. Let's see. A group of people did this. It wasn't just one person. A group of people did this. This could be somebody. I don't know how many teams she was on. The only one I know is Paris St Germain and I guess Barcelona. I think this is somebody not French, like not in France. This is the woman of somebody she was involved with who set it up, and I feel like they planned this for a long time. They planned it. I feel like they planned this a long time ago, probably whenever she was at whatever team she was at, but they had to postpone it or delay it or do something. They had to find the perfect way to do it. This was done over distance, guys. I think this was done over distance, and I feel like the people who originally planned this, they wanted to do something worse to Kheira. They wanted to do something worse to Kheira. Worse than just like beating her up. They want to do something worse. Woo. Not death worse, but like more beatings, I guess. Damn. Let's see. Will this, I guess I don't know if you want to call it a ring, but will this conspiracy, will the truth of this conspiracy be found? Not for a long time. Not for a long time. Diallo, she knows a lot more. But I think she's going to be quiet. I think she, like, money was exchanged or money was given to her. Yes, she was given money. Yes. She allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, don't sue me. She didn't plan it, but she was given money to allow it to happen. She absolutely was. She was given money to allow this to happen. But I don't think that all the players in this, I don't think it's going to be found out. Because the orders were given outside of France. And I totally feel like Diallo, she's going to keep her mouth shut. Actually, let me double check. Look, there's the wife again. There's the wife again. I think this head wife, whoever she is, this head wife, she's going to offer more money to keep her quiet. I think as of now, Diallo is sort of like, why am I taking the fall for all this shit? But I think this head wife or this head mother or whoever she is, who got this ball rolling, she's going to offer much more money. She's going to offer much more money to make sure that Diallo's quiet. Yo, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. It's much bigger than jealousy. It's much bigger than that. Much bigger. It's a group of people and at least one man who are just like, let's fuck this bitch up. That's exactly what it is. And I think there's a lot of money involved on Diallo's side as well as Kheira, because it feels like Kheira has been taking money for whatever, and she doesn't want it to be found out. Other people found out and they decided to beat the brakes off her ass. That's crazy, guys. Let me ask what's going to happen to these two's careers while I'm here. Let's see what's going to happen to their career. Oh, Diallo's gonna be fine. Eventually, she's gonna be fine. Kheira, she really doesn't want this money and romantic situation to come out. She really doesn't. She really doesn't. So her energy isn't even telling me anything about her career. It's just that there's this money. I'm not gonna make accusations, but I feel like you know, she was given money for certain things. I honestly, sweetie, I think it's going to come out. I think it's going to come out. It's best to just, I'm talking to her as if she's my client, but it's best to just prepare for that. But in terms of Diallo, the woman who was arrested, her career is going to be fine. Totally fine. And I think if she decides to keep quiet, whoever has been orchestrating this overseas, they're going to pay her handsomely to stay quiet. Stay quiet. Do the time, pay the fine, stay quiet. All right, that's it. I'm glad I read on this and not Trump again. All right, see you guys sometime later. Bye. If you would like a personal reading from me, then please go to my website at www.terrorbymoko.com and click on the Book a Reading button from the homepage. From there, you will be redirected to my shop, which includes categories for career, future forecasts, general inquiries, love and relationships, personal growth, as well as options for expedited delivery. I have a spread for almost every occasion, but of course, love and relationships is the most popular, with readings for your future partner, no contact, will you ever find love, how does your crush feel, as well as sugar daddies. And if you do not feel comfortable purchasing from my website, then you can find me on Etsy under the same name, Tarot by Moko, where I have the same exact readings that I have on my website. And for those of you who would like to learn how to read the tarot, then just visit my blog, and there you will find a series called Learn Tarot with Me. There, I will provide definitions for the cards, as well as tips and tricks to help you become more intuitive with your tarot reading. All right, thank you guys so much for checking out my YouTube channel. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.